Northeast, Minnesota, Michigan, Wisconsin, you know, now where we are in Florida, I mean, Florida is huge in the South, um, Georgia, Florida, Texas, California. Um, so a lot of great stuff is happening.
Yeah. All right. So one of the things that you mentioned is there's a lot of life lessons. Are there life lessons that we have not covered yet?
Um, you know what? This is what I would say to that. Um, I think maybe there's two. I would say that I think the talent is overrated. It's my opinion.
Oh,
I think talent matters, skills matter, but I think talent can move like needles. I think mindset can move mountains. Your belief, right? You really can accomplish so much more when you're bought in. Um, but I would probably say that the biggest one is that everything has to fall into one of three buckets. Okay. You can either control it, you can impact it, or you can let it go. Control, impact, or let it go. The problem that all of us have, humans, is that we are always trying to control things that really always can't be controlled, right? Like outcomes. We have no control over outcomes. We can impact an outcome, but you really can't control it. Win, lose, So I think probably the biggest one is that when you focus on actions and behaviors, ironically, you will get the outcomes that you want, but because you focused on the actions and behaviors that it takes to achieve the outcome. So I always say to people, look, the things you can control, attitude, focus, emotion, effort. Outside of that, you're in that impact bucket, and then you just have to let stuff go. So I think one of the best lessons is what can be controlled, what can be impacted, and what do we just have to let go.
man, that's amazing. It's crazy how so I have a lot of guests, right? One and a couple of them are psychologists, they work in the mental health industry, and it's crazy how there's so many things, ideas and principles that are shared across I don't want to say dimensions, but like we are all humans at the end of the day. And what you said is also
That's right.
something that they say in the mental health, like if you're obsessed or have going through a trauma or having interrelationship problems, you need to again they also say you need to focus on the things that you can control. You cannot control other people. You said outcome, right? When you said outcome, I imagined like the outcome of a hockey match. like
Yeah.
like you cannot control that. You can only control, as you mentioned, your action and behaviors. Like, and by doing that, I guess you just get rid of anxiety, because the anxiety, the way I see it, is you're trying to control things that are outside of your control. And
That are outside of your control. And
uh,
I'll tell you one thing that will kind of prove it. So one of my biggest fears in life is the dentist. I hate the dentist.
come on.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, when I was younger, I lost a tooth, and it was just like it was a bad thing, and it was the dentist was a little crazy. I probably should have gotten more Novocaine. Anyway, so
Oh.
even to this day, right? Like I don't like the dentist. So I go to the dentist twice a year, and I make the appointment, 5 6 months in advance, whatever it is. That I just made the appointment like 2 weeks ago, and the appointment is I think it's in January.
Okay.
Like the old me, I would start thinking about it like in September. In October, I'd start to panic. November, like, you know, And I can't control what's gonna happen when I get there. So I got two choices. I'm either gonna sit here and enjoy July 18th,
Mm.
or I'm gonna ruin July 18th for something that is gonna happen in 6 months that I can't control. Right. So I don't say you just let everything go, but I do think that right now always has to be the most important moment. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, right? That's in relationships, that's in sports. Right now has to be number one. And how much time do we, I do it too. So much of our anxiety, our fear, our hesitation, whatever it is either thinking about something that's already happened or imagining something that you think is going to happen. In both cases, it has nothing to do with right now. There's nothing you can do about it, and it might not even happen. So it's like, now what? That's why it says this right here. I say this to athletes all the time. What now?
So
Well, but okay,
f- for
what do you want to do right now?
for those just listening and not watching on YouTube, he just pointed to a sign saying, "Now what?"
Yeah. So that's a great, I say that even to myself a lot, that if something happens and it gets crazy, like if I think about the dentist or my dog was going berserk the other day and it was like so embarrassing. She was like humping the neighbor's dog. It was just a whole mess, right? Sorry. But I was just like, like, now what? Like the most important thing right now is I got to get my dog back. It's like you can't go berserk about it. So I think that it's easier as you get older, but I think in any endeavor, those people that can stay focused on the here and now, that's the win. That's the win.
It's so hard though. Oh my
I
god,
know.
it's
I
so
know.
hard. Oh, my mind's always all over the place, man.
You know what? Mine is too. And I think that's a great quality probably that you have, and that's probably why you're sitting in that seat because you're a doer, you're an achiever. I think that's okay to dream and to think, the good what ifs, but I also think it's super important to remember that you are like where your feet are.
Hmm.
It's right here. Doesn't mean that you can't plan for later, but today really has nothing to do with yesterday. You could be a whole new person today. Yesterday's over, right? It's like, are we all in on right now, or are we still living in yesterday? So
I really like that phrase. Now what? It just grounds you. It's just now what? Like, yeah, we're
that's
back.
right.
We're back to the present. Now what? Now what do we do? Like, it removes all the distraction and grounds you back. I'm gonna try to use it from now on. It's really
There we
good.
go.
Yeah.
There we go. Yep. Love
Um,
it.
something that I was trying to do the other day in order to ground myself. I saw this guy on Instagram saying like, time is an illusion. There, there's no past. There's no present. Can you travel to the past? No, you cannot. Can you travel to the future? No, of course you can't. That means there's only now. I was like, whoa, yeah, of course there's only now. I cannot travel. I cannot time travel. And everything else is an illusion. And it's a little bit woo woo, but it also helped me a little bit. It helped me ground myself. It's like all that matters is now, right? I mean,
So here, yes, I agree with what you just said, and that's a, I think that's kind of a version, right, of what I tell people that all the
mm,
time. Um, but so here is where I think in my world where I see it kind of go off course a little bit, and I think before I fully understood this, I was definitely guilty of it also. So awareness and focus are two different words. Okay.
mm,
Awareness and focus, right? You with me so far? You know the word awareness?
yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes a lot of people, I think, they confuse broad awareness with focus. here's the example. Like if you look out the window, right? You're like, oh, look, there's a squirrel, there's a tree, I see that, there's a car, there's this. Like that's awareness, right? But I would say focus is like looking into a mirror. So awareness versus focus. And I think